guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be finally using the NYX Avant palette. I've been so excited to film this tutorial for y'all. As soon as I hauled that palette, I was blown away by the pigmentation, especially for a drugstore palette. It is bomb. So we're going in with the Morphe E22 brush and the peach shade in the palette. Honestly, it's really similar to Peach Smoothie. Then I'm going to take the brown color. I'm going to go in with a MAC 217 brush, and what I'm doing is I'm going to start on the outside corner of my eye. It's always important, especially when you're working with darker shades, that you are starting the outer corner. You don't want to put the brush down in the middle of your eye and then have a big chunk of dark makeup. So it's also really important to go back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and what I'm doing is I'm going back and forth and just blending that color out. Then I'm also going to take just a clean brush. It doesn't really matter what brush you're using for this part. Any clean brush, and go back in and kind of just swirl it around to make sure all the colors are blended. Obviously, I was excited for this next color. It's so beautiful. This color would be so awesome for fall. It's just a really nice like hunter green color. And I'm packing that all over my lid with a MAC 242 brush. Now, I will tell you, don't worry if this part gets a little bit sloppy. It's definitely okay because we're going to go back in with the dark color, the brown color in the palette, and I wish that these had names so I wouldn't just be like, oh, the brown color and the green color, but just work with me. We'll be putting that all over the lid, back and forth in those windshield wiper motions, and really just kind of deepening the crease up. Sometimes when I'm doing a smoky eye, at first it will look like, girl, what are you doing with your eye? But if you will just keep on blending, like if you ever think something does not look the way you want it to, just keep blending it out, and I promise you that it will turn out just fine. So I'm going to go back in and just keep blending out. Then I'm going to go in with the INGLOT gel liner and my E06 brush by Sigma and just go ahead and do my wing liner. This, of course, is very self-explanatory. I normally start and go up towards my eyebrow and then just kind of bring it down. A lot of y'all might notice that normally I have a paper towel in my hand, and that's normally because I like to wipe off excess gel liner whenever I'm doing my eyeliner. Then I'm going to go in and just put a little bit of mascara on my eyelashes and go in with false lashes. The lashes I'm using in this video are the KOKO Goddess lashes, I believe. It always confuses me because I have a lot of the House of Lashes Iconic Lash and the KOKO Goddess lash, and they are literally the same exact eyelash. And then I'm going to kind of push on my eyelash. Then I'm going to go in with the Baby Skin by Maybelline. I really like this primer, especially for a drugstore primer. It really reminds me of the Tarte Cleanless Slate one. And then I'm going to take also a drugstore foundation. Yay for drugstore products today. I'm going to take the L'Oreal Matte Infallible foundation. I have actually been loving this foundation. I think that for a drugstore foundation, it feels like high-end quality. It does last all day, and it does keep me matte. And I'm just blending that in with a beauty blender. Then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Concealer. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it, but I am almost out of this concealer. I have been using it so much. That one and the MAC Pro Longwear I just love. I'm going to put that underneath my eye, right above my eyebrows, and underneath my lip. And then I'm going to go in and blend that out with a beauty blender. Beauty blender is my favorite way to blend out my concealer. I just think it's so easy and so fast. Then I'm going to go in with MAC Emphasize. Just a really nice translucent powder. What I like to do is pack on the powder underneath my eye and then blend it on out. It's really important to make sure that you are setting your under eye concealer so that way it's not creasing or budging or anything like that. Then I'm going to go in with Bobbi Brown bronzer, and I'm taking my Morphe brush. This has been my favorite brush for bronzing. Now, what I'm doing is I'm not going to contour today. I'm just kind of lightly bronzing my face, and as you can tell, I'm kind of being messily sloppy with it because the foundation was a little bit light on my face, so I wanted to kind of darken everything up. Then hair right in my eye, as always. I'm going to go in with ColourPop in the shade Prenup. Now, one thing that, and I don't know if y'all like have any suggestions, but I feel like the brush that I use, the Sigma brush, is kind of hard to use with the ColourPop just because of the consistency. So I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks, and then I'm going to go in and highlight. Now, I am using a eyeshadow from the NYX Avant palette to highlight. You know, the thing is that work with what you got. If you don't own a highlighter, or like I didn't have a highlighter sitting in front of me, so I just used that eyeshadow from the palette, and I actually really liked it. It turned out really great. Just because something says it's an eyeshadow doesn't mean that that's the only thing that you have to use it for. Be creative. Do what you want to do. So then I'm going to take just a flat definer brush, and I'm going to first start by packing this right underneath my eye. Now, it's really important to make sure that you're like concentrating when you do this, because I know in the past sometimes I've been in a rush and then I look like a raccoon going out. But yeah, you're just basically going to tight line underneath your eye with that color. And then, you know, of course, what we're going to do next is we're going to take a pencil brush and kind of blend it out. That's one thing. Like, I always make sure that the darkest shade that I'm doing is going to be what I tight line with, and then I'll take a lighter shade and try to smooth it out with the pencil brush. Golly, this part just like really gets to me because it irritates my eyes every single time. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to dance, of course, and then I'm going to actually take my MAC Giga Black Lash and do up under my eyelashes. Normally I go back and forth, and then I kind of just concentrate on a couple little eyelashes. Then I'm going to take my NYX lip liner. I believe this is in the shade Peekaboo Neutral. It's the one that's like always sold out, but it's a really nice neutral shade. It kind of reminds me of Soar by MAC Cosmetics. I always just go ahead and fill in my lip. And then I don't know why I even showed y'all two glosses, but I'm going to go in with the NYX Buttercream glosses. I'm actually just using the color Cream Brulee and putting that right over top of my lips. These are really the only drugstore lip glosses I have, so let me know what your favorites are. And yeah, that is the finished look. Of course, I always let down my hair because normally I try to push it back so it's not in my face. I always feel so weird at the end of the videos when I'm like, oh yeah, work, close your eye, show them the eyeshadow. But hope y'all like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. Love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.